And good morning to you. We are over at the Walmart in Belleville, maybe about a mile and a half away from where I delivered last night. Again, super psyched and thrilled that I had a chance to get rid of the load this morning. That just gave me opportunity to get supplies that I really needed from Walmart, which just happened to be a mile and a half away from where I was delivering. You know what? I will say this. I give credit where credit is due, and God just orchestrated this beautifully. There's no way, I don't think I'm sure someone else could have, but there would have been no way I would have thought that I could have made this load in 4 days. Get the load unloaded, and then next Saturday morning sitting at a Walmart buying supplies that I need. It just doesn't happen that way. So I just want to thank the Lord for that, for providing all of this for me. And I was able to buy everything with Canadian money, which saved me quite a bit of money compared to buying this stuff at a Walmart in the US. Because let's just say, for example, a jar of pickles out here is $3.49. Say it's the same thing out in the US, but because our exchange is so bad, our money is worth nothing, 75 cents on the dollar pretty well. A jar of pickles isn't $3.49 in the US for us, it's closer to $4.50. So it is a big saving when you spend out in your own country, out here out in Canada. And I think the other truck drivers, the Canadian truck drivers, would agree with me. So this is a lovely thing. We got all our supplies, we got water, we got everything we needed, and I just want to thank God and give Him the glory for orchestrating this whole thing. And I love to give Him credit where credit is due and where He deserves the praise, and He deserves to be praised all day long. And it's warm out here, I apologize. It's already 21 degrees. It's a warm one out here, and I love it. I'm not complaining one bit at all. And you know what? Even when things go wrong, I still like to give Him thanks, because if something goes wrong, we're being held up, or something's not quite going right, we know that He's doing it for our for our benefit, that there's something that maybe we're avoiding. There's some headache that I'm avoiding. So I'm starting to learn to be more patient, and just if we're gonna do kingdom living, which we do on this earth before we get into eternity, this is what it is. When you give your life to Christ and you walk every day with Him, it's called kingdom living. We're walking towards closer and more closer to the kingdom. And there's stuff on earth we shouldn't be doing unless it's going to bring God glory. That's just my opinion. I know some people have jobs, and you can't just sit in an office and say, praise the Lord, or whatever. But you know what? You can take little breaks and just take little breaks. Read your Bible whenever you can. Treat other people as Jesus would treat them. You could still evangelize. You can still show a good example of Christianity just by how you treat your neighbor and how you treat your friends and your co-workers. Treat them with the love of Christ. That is the best evangelism, when they see that love. And then one day they're going to say, well, what is it? You're always so happy. You're always so cheerful. And I've seen bad things happen to you, and you still have a smile on your face. Why is that? That's because I have the joy of the Lord in my heart. The joy of the Lord. The Lord is with me, and He gets me through these very difficult times. And you know, some of these times may be so difficult, and they may think, wow, I want to know who this Lord is. How does He get you through such a tough time? And that's your opportunity to share the gospel, right? if they're going to actually have anybody using the toll booth, or do I need to put money in here? These all look closed. Yeah. I got a feeling there's somebody here. I got a feeling there's somebody here that'll take my money. It's going to be for a truck, but I will get my receipt and I will be reimbursed. Haven't seen one of these for a while. Look at this, $20 Canadian. That's what they look like. Hard to believe that woman's in her 90s, huh? She's still doing good. There she is. She's on the other side. Yeah, I like it how you pay the toll to go over the bridge and then you go through the border crossing. Thousand Islands Bridge Authority. $4 Canadian, but that ain't what it is for us. I think it's $13 or $16 or something. Hello.
Oh, I got your Easy Pass.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's to the pass?
Yeah, I got your Easy Pass, yeah. Box in your window somewhere.
Yeah, I know I got it. I didn't know. I thought you had to pay.
No, you're good.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, you gotta like that. Easy Pass pays for this. Woohoo! Okay. There's cash on me that's absolutely useless in the U.S. You go to most places in the U.S. and they won't even know. Hold on here. They won't even know what a $20 Canadian bill is. What's that? Is that Mexican money? No. That's Canadian money. But it's just like Mexican money. It's pretty well worthless. Alright, check this bridge out. This is an oldie, huh? Got a boat down there. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this view up here. Wow. Absolutely stunning. I tell you something, man, this is a beautiful country. Look at this. Look at all the lakes down there. Just gorgeous. Boy, I bet you it's just beautiful just taking a walk along this bridge here, because you can walk, pedestrians can walk along this bridge. Just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Gonna get my passport ready here. I don't know where the bridge or the border crossing is here. So I'm gonna quickly pull over here on the side and grab my passport. This is pretty neat. Very beautiful out here. These are the times where I would love to take my good camera out and take a walk along the bridge. Maybe one day I'll do that. Maybe one day I'll do that. I got a new camera on order. I'll share that with you guys when I get it. But I never like to say anything until I've got it in my hands. But I got a new camera on order that's going to improve my videos quite a bit. And there's the tower there. What is that called? The Thousand Islands Sky Deck. Oh, I guess you got quite a view up there. Can you imagine walking up there? I don't know if I could do that. I don't like heights. I get a bit squeamish when it comes to heights. I don't know if I would do that.
We are just about at the, I do believe it's a Flying J that I'm stopping at. Top up my fuel. And then I have a little ways to go before I stop for the day and make it to the Petro, where I will be doing a reset there, getting a service done on the truck and a reset. And then pick up a load, head down and pick up a load in Philadelphia, which will be the first time I have been there. And if you guys have never seen Philadelphia, it looks like we'll be driving right through the city. So, if you've never seen it before, it's going to be something we're going to be sharing together for the first time. And for those of you that have been there before, yeah, a little bit of walk, a little bit of history for you that go back in time for the drivers out there that used to drive and see all these big cities and these back roads, these highways, interstates. Hopefully they're in better condition when you drove them, because this particular stretch of highway, this interstate, is very, very rough. Okay. I will stop and let you go. Come on. All right, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh. All right. Looks like the sun wants to come out a little bit. Did I stop here before? I'm trying to remember here. I might have stopped here before. Look at that. First lane is open. Gotta like that. That doesn't really matter anyway. I'm not gonna go in the store, but still, I kind of feel special when I get number one. So we're not number one very often in anything. This is pump number 17. It's the last pump. Probably. No, maybe not. All right. All right. I'm gonna top everything up. Have arrived in DuPont. I think that's how you say it. And of course my GPS wants me to stay on the interstate and take the next exit. It doesn't recognize this this roundabout, I guess. And I do believe, yeah, the Petro. That's kind of nice. They got the sign right there that tells us the Petro's that way. That's good. We're doing all right here. Yeah, we did pretty good on time today, and this is where I'm going to be doing my reset right here. So I need to find out where the service bay is and see if I can find a spot real close to that park where I can drop my trailer. Thankfully, it's empty, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll just put my glad hand on it and lock her up. This is interesting. Oh, wow, these roads out here in PA are bad, eh? It's a beautiful countryside, but the roads are terrible. Oh boy, look at this. Pothole city. Oh, that's terrible. That is really, really bad. I think I'll go this way before I break something. Hopefully I shouldn't have too many problems getting a parking spot. Where is the parking? Where is the parking? I got a feeling that's all reserved. I bet you that's all reserved. Really? You're kidding me. This is all reserved. Okay. Let's see where we can park it then. Well, that's not reserved. Good morning. Yes, it is a Monday morning out here in DuPont, and just about ready to head out of here. I called the shipper out in, well, it's not technically in Philadelphia. I'm delivering, or I'm picking up rather, in a town, I can't remember what it's called. Gloucester or something like that. Just on the other side of the city of Philadelphia. Gloucester City, New Jersey is where I'll be picking up at Del Monte, picking up some pineapple. And that's going to be heading back up into the Toronto area. I phoned them this morning, as I always strongly recommend people do. Just don't go into some place blind and not call and verify and make sure your appointments are legitimate, because people make mistakes. People are human. Computers make mistakes. And I confirmed my appointment for 4 o'clock, and then it also gave me an opportunity to ask the gentleman if there is any parking there. Can I show up early? And he says, yeah, if you want to show up early, we can work you in. So I got all the information I needed to know. So instead of leaving a couple hours before, I can leave now, and they'll probably be able to work me in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave shortly. And today should be a good day, or every day is a good day, but today should be a fun day. I get to see some parts of the U.S. I've never seen before. I get to see Philadelphia. And the interstate that we will be driving down, I don't know if it's still the 81. That'll take us all the way there. Maybe it will. I'm just going to quickly look here. This GPS is super slow for some reason. But I do believe it's interstate. Oh, okay. So it goes from 81 on to 76, I believe it is. So that's the route we're going to be taking, and that's going to go right through Philadelphia. It's going to go right through the city. So that is going to be some sights I've never seen before. So yeah. Oh gee, wait a minute here. Let's just correct this here. We're going to end up on the 476, then it's going to change to the 76. And then that's the one that's going to head over the bridge and into New Jersey. Yeah. So, being Del Monte, it's probably a big lot. The guy said there's tons of parking, so it's probably a place where some of the ships come in. Obviously, if I'm picking up, some of the barges come in if I'm picking up pineapple. Good old Del Monte. So, that's what's happening here. So, why don't we get going? We're already finished our pre-trip. That's already been done. I like to do that before I even log on to make sure all my tires and everything are good. This is a prime spot. As soon as I pull out of here, somebody's gonna love this spot. They're like, wow, look at that. This is actually one of the best spots you can get right along this road here. I bet you that guy decides to take this one. I bet you anything, he's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not gonna drive back in there, I'll just take that one. That's exactly what he's doing. Hold on here. Yeah, I would take that one too, buddy, before someone else does. That's a prime spot. A little bit easier to get into. Yeah, anyway. Nobody uses their CB radios anymore. But this has been not a bad stay here. This Petro here, the people were really friendly. Got my service done when I got here. Very friendly people. And
Dave, y'all working too today, brother?
And unfortunately, you couldn't get your hair cut because I guess the state still has a lockdown on anybody. I mean, I would just do anything to get a haircut right now. I'm ready to take my buzzer that I have that I trim a beard with and just make a mess out of my head just to get rid of this, because I really want to shave my head, but I can't. This is ridiculous. How can cutting your hair not be an essential service, right? Especially if you need to go to business meetings and that. I mean, oh well, what do you do? So this is a very, very interesting exit. You have to be very, very careful here. Look at the potholes here. If you're not careful, man, you can damage something in your truck. And it's not just like that. Look, whoa! That's kind of ridiculous, wouldn't you agree? How hard would it be for them to pave this? Half of their parking is reserved, and I know they had half of it full yesterday, so they got money coming in. They could fix this. Or they leave it like this on purpose so people will drive slow, maybe. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe. Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of Bible Break. I am Ray Gaucher. Such a pleasure to have you here. The title of this message, Nothing Happens Without God's Permission. Nothing happens without God's permission. And the reason why I wanted to share this, it will probably be a brief message, was because of everything that's going on around us. We see the evil around us, we see the lawlessness, we see the chaos, and we're wondering what's happening. Is God lost control? Is he not around anymore? Has he abandoned the earth? Has he abandoned everybody? Certainly not. Everything is happening according to his plan. Nothing happens without his permission. And I want to start by reading out of Luke chapter 8, verse 26, all the way down to 31, including 31. I got my new readers here again. I go through these like crazy. They just break. They're so cheap, but these ones are nice. So I know I look a little bit goofy with these on, but bear with me. I'm going to be reading out of this complete Jewish Bible. I love this translation. If you guys aren't familiar with it, you can find it online. Just pause the video. And complete Jewish Bible, it's like you got meat and potatoes, and this is like gravy. It's just a wonderful translation. It does take a little bit getting used to, because a lot of words are in Hebrew. Jesus' name is called Yeshua. That's another reason why I really like it. So let's read out of this. This verse I'm going to read is all about, it's to help you understand that all things need God's permission. Everything. The angels look for his permission to do things. The devil looks for God's permission to do anything. So let's start at verse 26, chapter 8 of Luke. They sailed on and landed in the region of Gerasenes, which is opposite of Galilee, which is Galilee. As Yeshua stepped ashore, a man from the town who had demons came to meet him. For a long time he had not worn clothes, and he lived not in a house, but in burial caves. Catching sight of Yeshua, he screamed and fell down in front of him and yelled, "Yeshua, Son of God, Hal Elyon," which means of the Most High. "What do you want with me? I beg you, don't torture me." He's asking him there, don't torture me. I thought the devils could do whatever they want. No. He says, don't torture me. For Yeshua had ordered the unclean spirit. Did you hear that? Ordered. Not say, could you please? He ordered the unclean spirit to come out of the man. It had often taken a hold of him. He had been kept under guard, chained hand and foot, but he had broken the bonds and been driven by the demons into the desert. Isn't it amazing the power some people have when they're under a demonic oppression or possession? I've seen it firsthand. I've seen people that have had a demonic oppression or possession, and it's pretty scary. And they have incredible strength. And so this is one of the reasons why they couldn't chain this guy up, and they just let him run around through the desert. Verse 30. Yeshua asked him, "What is your name?" He's talking to the demon or demons. "Legion," he said, because many demons had entered him. And I don't know how big a legion is. It could be like 1,000. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. But it's a lot. There's a lot of demons in this poor man. Verse 31. They begged Yeshua, this is twice they're asking him, not to order them to go off into the bottomless pit. So here they are, "Oh dear Yeshua, please don't let us go into the bottomless pit. We don't, it's not our time yet." Now there was a herd of many pigs feeding on the hill, and the demons begged him to let them go into these. 3 times they're asking him. 3 times they're asking his permission. So, next verse or next sentence. So he gave them permission. The demons came out of the man and entered the pigs, whereupon the herd rushed down the hillside into the lake and were drowned. I always get a chuckle out of that, because they're like, "Let us into the herd of swine, let us into the herd of swine." And they're thinking to themselves, we can just sit in this herd of swine until we see someone else we can go into. Jesus gives them permission, or rather Yeshua gives them permission, and the pigs run down the hillside and drown into the lake. Where the demons went after that, I don't know. Maybe they ended up in the bottomless pit after that. So this is a clear story here. 3 times the demons asked. They didn't say, "We're doing this." They literally had to ask permission every single time. So if you find yourself going through very difficult times, and you're wondering, don't go just blame it on the enemy, even though he is the root of all evil on the earth. He is the great deceiver. He is the great liar. Nothing happens without Yeshua, without God, Elohim, without without Jehovah's consent. He is the king. He is the boss. He is the CEO. Let's go to Luke chapter 22, verse 31. It says, Simon, Simon, listen. The adversary demanded to have you people for himself, to sift you like wheat. So there is Lucifer, there is Satan asking Jesus, Yeshua, permission to sift Peter, or to Simon Peter. Again, and if you remember back in the book of Job, when God had this permission, or it probably was Yeshua at the time, because Yeshua has always been there, had this conversation with Satan. Have you seen? Look at my faithful servant Job. You know what an amazing man he is. And then of course Satan says, well, he's an amazing man. He loves you because you've given him all these things. You take away all these things, and he will surely curse you. And of course, Yeshua said, go ahead. You can take all of this stuff away, but spare his life. Again, he couldn't do anything without the Lord's permission. So if you find yourself going through a difficult time and you feel like you're under attack, go to the Lord. Don't automatically rebuke Satan or automatically say, oh, it's you, and get angry at him. Go to the Lord and say, Lord, these things are going on with me. I'm dealing with this trial and something is going on, or I don't feel your presence around. I feel just very lonely. I feel very sad. Or this is happening, or this bad thing is happening. Please, Lord, if there is a sin in my life, is there something in my life, please show me what it is. Because a lot of the time, God will allow certain things to happen in our life to get our attention. And I'll give you an example. I'm not going to go into great detail because it's personal, but I was having some issues not that long ago, and I wasn't listening completely to God. I was doing my own thing, like we all do as sinners. And then shortly after, I found myself feeling like God wasn't around. And I'm like, Lord, I really feel like your presence isn't around, and I don't like that. I like having you close by. And a whole 24 hours, maybe even 2 days went by, and I wasn't feeling any presence, and I was starting to feel a little concerned. And I remember praying and saying, Lord, I understand if you're upset with me about, this other thing, but I really, really need you. I really like you having you around. And then the next day followed, and I was listening to a sermon on the radio, and it had nothing to do with what happened, but I guess maybe that gentleman said something that triggered something, and God showed me, he revealed to me that I could have avoided, the mistake that I made if I would have just not put myself in a tempting situation. And maybe he possibly was upset at that I gave you the strength for that. But it's almost like you see the fire over there. Don't stand so close to it. You're going to get burned. Keep a distance from it, or turn around and go the other way. I learned a valuable lesson there, and I loved it. I love it when the Lord shows something like that. So if you find yourself a little distant from God, maybe there's something that you did that he's trying to show you. Maybe he's trying to get your attention. So if something goes bad in your life, don't go automatically blame it on the enemy, because the enemy needs permission to do anything in your life. Maybe God also is trying to get your attention and show you something. And as for everything that's happening around us, the chaos that's happening, it's all happening for a reason. God is 100% in control of everything. He really is. 100% in control. So try to remember that. My dear friends, I hope this was helpful to somebody, and we will see you next time. Until then, bye for now. made it into Philadelphia. And we're about 22 minutes away from the shipper, and I found out that the delivery isn't tomorrow, but it's the next day. So I could be sitting, unless they get someone else to deliver this, I could be sitting around for 2 days waiting for this load. Sometimes that happens, I guess. There's nothing I can do about it. I just got off of a reset. I just really didn't want to do another forced reset. To me, that's just really nuts. But you can see Philadelphia over there. The skyline looks like an amazing looking city. Oh, I got a feeling we're going to get a real nice close shot of that once we get a little closer. Look at this old bridge here for one thing. That's an old one, man. I bet you that goes way back. There's the city there. It's actually a good sized city. Alright, so I got to be in the 2 right lanes. Don't want to make any mistakes going through here. It's a neat looking city. I love it when I get to see a new city. As you guys know, I find the downtown cores to be incredibly fascinating. When I see the city, and you see that's where the heartbeat is, that's where everything happens. Now it looks like we're going to go right by it. So if you guys have never seen the city of Philadelphia, here we are. Wow, pretty amazing stuff. I wonder if that's the actual building that they filmed Rocky at. I think it is right there, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, what an amazing looking city. Gotta love this when you can drive right through the city. Yeah, I think that is the building there they filmed Rocky at. Who doesn't like the Rocky films, huh? Alright, so where do we need to be here? 13.7. Okay. That's not a whole lot of room, 13.7. I guess this is where we are crossing into New Jersey. And we are to be in the right lane here, apparently. Major ports in here. Look at that, eh? Oh, they got an old boat over there. Oh, that looks cool. There's so much to see. My goodness, there's so much to see. I really wish I would have had a chance to explore the United States years ago. There's just so much to see. But it's okay, because I'd rather have the Lord come. Get into eternity as fast as possible. Speed limit is 35. Really? Why is it 35? So this is the Delaware River, is it? Okay. This is quite a bridge. So we are, I guess, officially making our way into New Jersey. So we want Calamont Waterfront. That's the one I want. And the place I'm going to is just over here. See, I looked on the map. This looked incredibly intimidating, being real close to the city and everything, but it really wasn't all that bad. So don't let the maps intimidate you, you guys. So 354 is what I want. As long as you're paying attention to your exits and everything, you're fine. Right now I'm being blessed because this is Memorial Weekend and Memorial Day. Not a whole lot of traffic out here, but I can imagine what it's like out here during rush hour or during a regular day. It must be nuts. It must be crazy. So we have our instructions, or should I say I have my instructions. That just cost me $25 American to get into the gate. If I had a Twix card, it wouldn't have cost me anything. So company will reimburse me for it. I'm not worried about it. Truck surcharge, $26. Gloucester Terminals. So that's what that cost me. So I've got my gate pass. This is it here. And the instructions on which door to go in. They got a lot of doors here. So I don't really know how long this process will take, but at least we're here and we're ready. And my appointment is not until 4, but my delivery day isn't until, not tomorrow, but the following day at 1 p.m. So I could sit here for 24 hours and I'd still make my appointment. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Just thanking God that I made it here okay. No problems. And yeah, we just kind of waited out until we get a phone call. So that's it. I love it. I'm actually in and out of here before my actual delivery time, or gee, if I could just stop talking backwards, my actual pickup time was 4 p.m. And I'm in and out of here before that. That's pretty awesome. I'm really happy with that. So I'm just gonna stop here first, put my par sticker on and everything else, get all that stuff ready, send my paperwork in, and put my seal on my door, lock up my door, and we can get out of here. Head back. And this time, I'll be crossing into Ontario through Niagara Falls. They have me going in a different way. So that'll be neat. I don't know if we're gonna see the falls, probably not, but it'll be another route anyway that I didn't come into the US. It'll be a different route, probably another bridge, maybe another toll. We will see. Anyway, we'll get this stuff taken care of. Morning, everyone. We are on our way. When I say we, I mean you and me. We're on our way. We are on our way. Slept really good. I love waking up and you stick your head out the window and it's warm. Just finally, we have beautiful weather here with us. The spring and summer is here. Well, summer really technically doesn't happen until June, I think. But spring is here for sure. It's beautiful, nice warm weather out. Just love it. Absolutely love it. I feel a little bit better now that I got everything lubed up, so that's awesome. So we should make our way across the border today, and I don't know where we're gonna go. I mean, we got to do a delivery, and I was hoping they would change my delivery time to today, so I could at least get this trailer emptied out sometime today. I don't know. This is Loblaws we're talking about. They more than likely are not going to change my appointment. So I'm going to have to find some place to park for 24 hours, which is kind of silly in my opinion. I'm ready to head over to Loblaws. Go check in about a half an hour early. I'm sure they'll be fine with that. This place wasn't too bad, I guess. Prices are really inflated though. I had a craving for a chocolate bar. $3.25 for a chocolate bar. It's cheaper in the US to buy a chocolate bar with the Canadian exchange. Yeah. They have it's pretty expensive in here. $4 for a slice of pizza or something. It's a good thing I have my own food. But, you know, it's kind of a typical thing with these Canadian truck stops. I mean, this is a Flying J, but I think it's just a dealer. It's not an actual Flying J. You can tell because the service is really bad in there. They're not very friendly. And it's a typical Canadian truck stop. But anyway, that's behind me. I don't really care. I was grateful to have a place to park for the night, even though they had a sign up saying $20 a night. But nobody bothered me last night about it. I got 3 pickup numbers. I wonder which one they're going to want. Well, I got 2 ways in, so I'm guessing I'm going to go this way. Probably is going to want this. This is the thing that says I can go on Loblaws property, whatever, I don't know. Okay, well, they don't have a door for me. So I'm supposed to go to the far side of the building and just wait until they phone me to give me a door. All finished here. And it only took them an hour to unload me, which is pretty good. All right, friends, we got a change of plans again. Oh yes, we are heading to, does anybody remember a town in Pennsylvania called, I think you say it, Aquipilla? Something like that. We've been there before. I was there before with teams. Went there to pick up some cement supplies. That's where I'm heading. Isn't that ironic? I love going to places that I know where they are, and to make matters even better, that place is really good. They load you first thing in the morning and they get you in and out real fast. And the bonus, they allow you to park overnight. So I could show up there today, this afternoon, tonight, park right there, get loaded first thing in the morning, and on my way to Calgary, because that's where the load is going to go. So we won't be heading to Delta. We'll be heading down into the US, back, picking up another load and right across. So yay, we get to use our Flying J points, or we get to accumulate our points rather. So before I go anywhere, I'm going to stop here just for a second here. Excuse me, here for a second, and I'm going to scan my paperwork in and send it, and then we can be on our way. And I just head over to the, apparently, border crossing I'm going to go to is the Buffalo one. It's not the one I came across, so we get to see something else new, another border crossing. Good morning. Look at this morning. Look at this glorious morning. The rain is just coming down, covering all these lush trees. Just so lush. It's amazing. I love coming into Pennsylvania. The state is just unbelievable. There's so many trees. And as you drive down the interstates, you just see trees and trees and trees on the right side, and you don't see any spaces between the trees. It's just like the tops of trees everywhere. And I was thinking when I was driving down here last night, what would it be like to walk through the trees? I'll bet you there's so much to explore. Little canyons, little cliffs, little rivers, just Pennsylvania State. Somebody mentioned on my video before that they didn't think much of Pennsylvania State, or it wasn't much to look at or something. And I have to strongly disagree. Pennsylvania State there's 3 states that I really like to come to in the US. Virginia, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania. I haven't seen other states, I haven't seen Delaware, I haven't seen Vermont. I haven't seen those states yet, but I'm sure. I haven't seen Maine. A little bit of Maine, but not a whole lot. But I'm pretty sure my attitude would change pretty quick when I see those other states. But these states are amazing. I love Pennsylvania. There's just so much greenery. There's so much trees. Bet you the birds love it out here. All right, so this is what's going on here. I found out my appointment is like for 3 o'clock this afternoon. I came here last night, and I've been here before. So I know the routine here, so I just showed up and I checked in this morning, and sure enough, the guy's working on the load, and they told me to back into a door, and once it's done, I can be on my way. So chances are I'm going to be out of here way before the 3 o'clock appointment time, probably closer to like maybe a couple hours I'll be out of here, maybe less. So that's pretty cool. But I'm just enjoying this. I go outside this morning and slide my axles, and the rain's coming down, and it's warm. It's like a tropical rain. It's just gorgeous out here. It's very, very nice. What a wonderful way to wake up in the morning. Go outside and just have the rain dropping on your head when it's so warm and so amazing. I love it. I really love it. Anyway. Well, it's just before 9 and we're out of here. My appointment was for 3. Yeah, I love this place. If you ever come here and now Quippa to Ajax, you can park overnight. Just don't leave garbage laying around. Be respectful. And even if you have like a 3 o'clock appointment, if the load's ready, they'll load you right away. And they're very friendly here. They're very nice. Pretty amazing group of guys here. And probably gals working in the office. Don't see them though. I gotta get on level ground here to see how heavy I am, but I'm pretty sure I'm okay. So just like that, we're in and out of here. It's one of the reasons why I didn't just stop at a truck stop and thought, oh, just go in at 3 o'clock. No. The sooner I get in there, the sooner I get out of there. And this load delivers on the 1st, which is Monday. So I'm probably going to be in town on Saturday night, so I'm going to be asking dispatch if I can drop it in the yard and get city to deliver it, because I don't want to be holding on to this load for 2 days. And then do a quick reset and be back out again, I guess. When are you gonna go home, Ray? Well, here's the thing. I've ordered something on Amazon. I was telling you guys that I ordered another camera. I want to time it that by the time it gets home, it'll be delivered. I don't want to end up going home and then find out it's delivered 2 days later. They haven't shipped it out yet. Once they ship it, it'll give me a tracking number and then I'll be able to plan to be home. You know what? Ever since I've had this truck, there's this little rattling that goes on. You guys can probably hear it when I'm driving. I have searched this entire truck inside out. The cab. There's a little rattle in here. I cannot figure out where it is. I would provide you guys a lot more driving down the road and just road noise. Hearing the cars go by, just the road noise, truck noise. But I can't do it because you always hear this da-da-da-da, 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 and I can't have that playing for like 7 or 8 minutes. It'll drive someone nuts. I've searched the entire dash. I can't figure out where this rattling is coming from. No idea. So, just wanted to share with you guys. I would love to let you see and hear and experience the full trucking aspect. When I got a little rattling going on, but this is a shake liner, a freight shaker. That's kind of typical anyway, so. See, can you hear that? I've searched the entire truck. It's right in the dash here somewhere. I just can't figure out where it is. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Getting a nice little rain shower here, but you can see it's clear in the distance there. Just got to get through this. Nice little truck wash. A little flash flooding going on here, but it should be calming down here pretty quick here. You gotta love it when you go through little rain showers like that. Cleans all the bugs off the windshield, gives the truck a nice little wash. Cools things down a little bit. Yeah, it's nice. Well, we got about another hour and 16 minutes to go here. I'm trying to get as much driving in as I can. So tomorrow I should be able to get over the border, get past North Portal. I don't know how far I'm going to get though, but that's the plan. And then Saturday afternoon, get into Calgary. And if I have any kind of time left on, I'll hook up to my other trailer and get down to get an hour out of Calgary. That's Sean McGill, my buddy. He's calling me. Got to take this. Good morning. Just about ready to leave. I'm just taking a little bit of time to reflect. It's about 52 degrees out here. Yeah, I changed it to Fahrenheit for you guys, so it's 52 out here in Minot. And it's a bit on the chilly side. Closer we get to Canada, I guess. Yeah. Last couple of days I've been feeling very defeated. I don't know if it's I just feel like I'm under some kind of an attack, which is normal. I mean, this happens. I mean, you can't feel on top of the world all the time. It doesn't work that way. There's spiritual battles all around us. If we could only see the other dimension of the spiritual battles around us, it would be a battleground. It would be a battleground. But yeah, no, I just feel like I'm under just a ridiculous attack. It almost feels like a spiritual attack. I don't know. Just don't feel very good. And which is I've already done my pre-trip and everything, which is a known fact that just because you read your Bible, just because you pray every day, doesn't mean you're not going to be under attack. Doesn't mean that, you know, you're not going to be running into some issues, especially if you're a Christian, you're automatically going to have a target on your back. And I don't want to come across as looking like somebody who does this wonderful, marvelous job every day with my faith with God. I am just like anybody else. I'm a sinner who needs a Savior. But there are other days where I feel on top of the world, and other days I feel the joy of the Lord, and there's days like this where I just feel very neutral. But our faith is not based on feelings. Our faith is based on just that. Faith, obedience. And even though I feel like I've done something terribly wrong, I will remain obedient to my Lord and weather the storm. Yeah. friends. Yeah, we've made it into Calgary. Had a really good time today. I figured when I left Minot, I told myself probably going to have about an hour to spare when I get to Calgary. I was wrong. I got 2 hours to spare. That's pretty amazing. 2 hours to spare. Really excited about this because it'll give me the chance to hook up to my other trailer, which is sitting in the yard, fuel up, and make it as far as Stony, Nakota, because I don't think there's really anywhere else I can stop that has bathroom facilities. If I would have had an extra hour, I could have made it to Golden, but I don't want to overexhaust myself either. But I think today has been very, very productive, and it ain't over yet. It is not over yet. All right, my friends, I'm going to drop my trailer, hook up to my other one, get as far as I can, and I am just going to call her. I'm going to wrap things up right now because I just want to relax tomorrow on my way home. And just want to say it's been a real blessing bringing you along for the ride, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. And let me say, God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. And please feel free to leave comments or anything that you might have to say. I'd love to hear from you. God bless you. Bye for now. Wow, this weather out here in Canmore is really ugly. I'd swear in some areas up there on the mountains it looks like it's snowing up there. Look at that lightning just light up the side of that mountain over there. Yeah, that's quite a nasty little storm that's going on here. Yeah. The last thing we need is forest fires, but that's how it happens. That lightning strike that came down, it just hit the side of that mountain there. We're trying to make it to the rest area in the park. Got 44 minutes left to go. And then that way I have an hour and a half less to drive tomorrow, which every bit helps. The sooner I get home, the better. Yeah, it's gloomy out here. It's pretty ugly, wouldn't you say? Lots of lightning. Only in Alberta do you see weather like this. I know, you see weather like this everywhere, but I mean, I would swear it's snowing on the top of that mountain over there by the looks of it. But that looks really ugly over there. But I do enjoy driving through this park. This is such a nice area, Canmore. It's a nice place. I'd love to live here, but I bet you it's real expensive. It's a ski resort area. It's not cheap here. Yeah, there's a lot of activity going on in the sky right now. I haven't seen much of a real lightning storm in a long time, and the funny thing is, the last time I seen a really good lightning storm, and that was when I was in Edmonton a long time ago. And of course, course, we're back in Alberta and we're seeing more of this. Lightning storms, thunderstorms are no stranger to Alberta. No way. The Weather Network right behind us. Look at that. Holy cow. I wonder if it's even safe to drive through this park. Look at it. It's just lighting up the side of that mountain. I wonder if it's even safe to be parking in the park right now. Oh, jeez. Some pretty serious lightning bolt there that just came down. Now, it's a good thing I don't have a bunch of... Oh, there's a lot of lightning going on there, man. Gee, I wouldn't know which way that storm is heading. And it's low too. Well, maybe I can get a little bit away from it. I don't know which way it's heading though.